Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Who said good evening? Okay. So today we'll start with the next topic. That is after doing the data cleaning and data transformation part now. Then we have to do append and merge operation. So how do we do that? We'll see. Okay. So for doing append and merge, you need to know some basic terms like joins that are there in SQL. So that concept I'll teach you, and then we'll go into the merging and appending concepts. So what joins is like use when you want to add more column of data across the same row structure. Okay. When will we use joins? When we want to add more column of data. Okay. So one more column of data will be added to the same row structure. Okay. Requires common fields between two physical tables, requires establishing a join clause and a join type. We can join on a calculation, and the joint physical tables are merged into a single logical table with a fixed combination of data. Okay, so this is an example for joins. So we'll have two tables like this: name and number of siblings, name and eye color, or two tables that we have. So using inner join, if we join using this condition inner join, then we have like what are the common rows between the two table. Taylor and Alex is a common row, no? So we'll have Taylor and Alex and number of siblings 2 and 3 and blue and brown as the eye color. That is, if you observe this diagram, no, inner join diagram, you can see that the common value alone is shaded over here. The intersection point is alone shade over here. So what is the intersecting rows? Taylor and Alex is the intersecting rows or the common rows between the two tables. So in inner join, we have Taylor and Alex and number of siblings is 2 and 3 and eye color as blue and brown. Okay. And then we have left join. Left join means that we are taking all the values from the left table along with the common values from the right table. Okay, we are taking all the values of the left table along with the common values from the right table. The shaded area you can see over here, no? This is called as left join. In left join, we are having values of Taylor, Alex, Shannon, Tracy. That is whatever values we have on the left table, no? All the values are present over here. And all the values of the left table, like number of siblings of the left table, 2301. 2301 is present over here. And then we have to see for the common values from the right table. As per this diagram, we need the common values from the right table. So what are the common values from the right table if we see? For Taylor, it is blue color eye, and for Alex, it is brown color eye. So we have blue and brown over here. Okay, do you understand this left join?
Yes, ma'am.
Then we have the right join. In the right join, we have all the values of the right table and common value from the left table. So all the values from the right table and the common values from the left table. So entire right table, you put it over here, right join. First entire table, you put it over here. And then you take the common values from the left table. What are the common values? Taylor and Alex. Number of siblings is 2 and 3. So that values will come over here. Okay, so that is right join. Taking all the values from the right table and the common values from the left table. That gives a right join. Okay. Outer join means that we are taking all the values from both the table and also the intersecting values. So all the values will be filled over here on the table. That is outer join. If anyone doesn't understand this part, just stop me and ask some questions. Like if you don't understand anything over here, you can ask.
Ma'am, can you explain once the inner join, ma'am?
Inner join means that it is the common thing between the two tables. Okay, it is a common rows between the two tables. Taylor and Alex is a common row between the two tables. No,
Oh,
if you see
yes,
Taylor is
ma'am.
over here,
So,
Alex is over here. Taylor is and Alex is over here. So values of
okay,
Taylor and Alex alone we are taking and we are writing in the inner join. Only the
okay, ma'am.
intersecting part between the two
Okay,
tables.
okay, ma'am. I understood.
Okay. So merging operation is nothing but the joins operation that we will be performing in Power BI. And there's append operation, which is nothing but the union operation that we will be performing. The name alone is different. In SQL, we call it as joins for merge operation. And for append, we call it as union in SQL. So names alone is different. Otherwise, whatever they are doing is the same thing. Okay. Next is unions. Unions, when will we use unions? Use when you want to add more rows of data with the same column structure. Okay. Use unions when you want to add more rows of data with the same column structure. That is, you want to add more rows of data. Instead of column of data, you want to add more rows of data. You will be using this. So it is based on the matching column between two tables. Union physical tables are merged into a single logical table with a fixed combination of data. Okay. So in appending queries, what will happen is that if ABC is there, ABC value will be filled by adding some more rows of data. Okay. You can append queries or append queries as new option is there. This example you will see after seeing the demo. If you see, you'll understand. So let me go to the demo directly. First, we'll go for the append or the union operation. So let me open the data and show you. This is the sales data that we have. Okay. The sales garment shop data. This is the sales data of that garment shop. Along with this data, I want to add some small town data. I have opened another Excel file where location, small town data needs to be added. That is the location Surampet data needs to be added onto the main data source. Your main data source is over here, which has the location of Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. Now you want to add Surampet data also with this data. Okay, so that is what we are going to do using the append operation. So I'll get this data over here. First, I'll get the sales data. Here I have Chennai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore location data. Simply I'll load this data because this data does not have any discrepancies in it. I'll just load this data. Once this data is loaded over here, no, we have the data over here. You can rename this data. You can rename this table main store. I have renamed it as main store. Okay. Now we'll go to home tab. We'll get the other data, that is the Surampet data, no, small town data. So I'll get that small town data. At this time I'm getting the small town data. Get data, get the small town data. Okay. Click open. Data. So if you check over here, the location is Surampet. Only the Surampet location data alone is over here. And I don't see any transformation in this data. But still I'm going to transform data because we are going to do the union or the append operation in the transform data tab. Okay, so I'll go to transform data over here. So here I'll rename it small town data. Okay, I have renamed this data set as small town data. Now I need to append this small town data to the main store data. I want to add the rows of data which is there in the small town data to the main store data. Okay. So over here in this Power Query editor that is present in transform data, no, once we transform data, we'll go to Power Query editor, no. So in this Power Query editor, we have this operation called as append queries and merge queries. First thing we are going to do is append queries. So go over here. There are two options over here, append queries and append queries as new is there. Can you see over here append queries and append queries as new? I'm choosing the option called as append queries as new. Okay. So I'm choosing two tables because we have only two tables over here. First table should be the main store table and the second table should be the small town data. First table should be the main store because second table is going to get union or it's going to get added with that of the first table. Okay. Number of rows will get added when you do this append operation. Small town data will get added to the main store data. So I've chosen two tables. First table is the main store and second table is the small town data. Now click OK. So a new table called as append one is created over here, which has now the location data of give load more over here. Load more option is there. No, give the load more. Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad and Surampet data is also added to this main store data. So if you check over here, you'll understand. If you go to main store data, check the location. We have Bangalore, Chennai and Hyderabad data alone. Okay, this is main store data. Small town data, what do we have over here? We check the location, it has only Surampet data. Okay, now in append one, what has happened is that both these table, the rows are appended. You load more. You can see that Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad and Surampet data has been appended over here. Okay. You understand this one? Rows of data has been added. Surampet data is added to the main store data. In the main store, we had Bangalore, Chennai and Hyderabad as a main store. No. Garment shop is having main stores in the Bangalore, Chennai and Hyderabad location. Surampet is some small town. They have their own sales data. Okay. Now we want to add their sales data onto the main store data, that is Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad data. Along with that, we want to add that data In such scenario, we go for append operation where we'll append the number of rows onto the main store data. Surampet data is added over here. Do you understand this one or should I repeat it?
Ma'am, one doubt here. Here on in location only values are changing or other rows and columns also changing, ma'am.
Other rows and columns are also changing. All the values of the Surampet data will be shown over here. If you select Surampet and check, all the rows of Surampet data has been added.
Oh, okay, okay.
Ma'am, if we need to add rows, we need to choose append queries. If we need to add columns, we need to choose merge queries. Is
Yes,
that
yes,
right? Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, do
Like
you
I'm
how?
understand
sorry.
this one?
Can you repeat the same?
Yeah. Main store data, we have the Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad data over here
No, no,
in the
no, man.
location.
Actually, I'm asking that someone asked, right? Rows and column. That one. I need.
Adding more rows of data, it is append operation. Adding column of data, more column of data is a merge operation.
Okay, okay, okay. That's what I asked. Thanks.
Merge is nothing but the joins, which we saw inner join, outer join, we saw no. So that is merge queries. Append means union operation where we'll add more rows of data.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we did merge, right? Merge, sorry.
We did the union
For
operation.
column append, for rows merge, right?
No, you have said the opposite.
Uh, for
Append,
column, we have
append
to
means we
use
are
append.
appending. Appending means adding more rows of data. Remember one, okay? Appending means adding more rows of data. Remember this one, you will get the other one easily. Merging means we are merging two tables. See, if you check in this PPT, we are merging these two tables. What will happen? One more column is added over here, no? So this is the merge operation. Joins or merge is the same. Okay? One more column is added over here. Whereas what happened in this scenario? Location, one more location of data is added to the rows. Number of rows, we have added the Surampet location data as well. Okay, is it clear now? Is it clear now? Still confusing?
Ma'am, can you
Ma'am,
show
after appending, will you show example for merging also, ma'am? It would be
Yes, yes, I'll show.
okay.
First, do you understand this one appending?
Ma'am, can you show the Surampet data in the append one?
So this append one has all this value. So Surampet, if you select this value and give OK, you can view all the Surampet data over here. Filter out. This is the filtering option, no? So you can select like, or if you want all, you can select all. Or if you want only Surampet data, you can select Surampet data and see only Surampet values. That is small town data alone you are able to see, which is added to the main store data. I think you people didn't get this thing. Main store, see, main store, what happened? What are the location we have on the main store? Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad we have on the main store. Okay. Now I am taking another Excel file which has the small town data. That is the Surampet location data. Okay. Now what I've done, append queries. I went to append queries over here. Append queries as new I created. I created append one. In that append one, Surampet data will be added on to the main store data. Main store had Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad, right? So now Surampet is also added to that data. This is append operation. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yeah, fine. Ma'am, fine.
Okay. So once this is done, you can close and apply this. So if you take a slicer visual, you can create the slicer for this slicer visual. If you create a bar chart over here with this data, no? So if you want to see only Bangalore location data, you can see Bangalore location data. Hyderabad location, you can see Hyderabad. Suppose if you want Bangalore and Hyderabad location together data, go to slicer setting, selection, multi-select, you just switch it off. Now you select Bangalore and Hyderabad location, you can see the values over here. Okay, to enable the values, um, values are not, the data labels is not there for this. Wait, it's over here, sorry. Data labels is over here. We can switch on the data labels. So now you can see the data values clearly. Yeah, 1635-1508 for Bangalore and Hyderabad location. Suppose you want to see for Chennai and Surampet data alone, you can see that Chennai has quantity, sum of item quantity is 1623 and sum of item quantity for Surampet location is 1102. Okay. So this is how we can, after appending, we can create a chart along with a slicer and we can see the output over here. You can filter out the values based on whatever is your need. So this is the slicer visual and this is a bar chart we have created after doing the append operation. Okay. Clear for everyone. Now can I go for merge?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I've opened a blank report. I'm taking this data, supplier data. So I have supplier data, that is who are all the supplier of that product. Their phone number data is over here. Supplier address data will have the location and one-stop shop means where it is present, branch location and shop timings data will be there. Now I want to merge these two data. Okay, that is adding one more column onto the table. So how will we do that? So we'll transform this data. As I can see, column 1, column 2, column 3 is present. I need to transform this data and make the first row as header. So I'll go to transform data. Use the one, use first row as headers, use the one. So you get the company name, branch location, and shop timings over here. Okay. Now we want the branch location to be merged with that of the supplier table. Supplier table has the serial number, supplier name, and the phone number, but doesn't have the branch location values over here. Now I'm going to create a merge queries where I'm going to get the branch location from this table onto the supplier table by doing a merge operation. So these two tables are going to be merged now. So go over here, merge queries, click on it, select merge queries as new. First table should be the supplier table. Second table should be the supplier address table. The kind of join you can choose is like left outer, right outer, full outer, inner join, left anti, right anti. You have all these type of join. I'm choosing left outer join. So now you see that this OK button is not enabled as such. So to enable this, you have to select the common column between the two tables. That is the supplier name and the company name has the value of one-stop shop, treasure shop, and all those details. No, so that needs to be selected. Okay. So once you have selected this, give OK. So you'll get in this format, a table like format, the output will appear over here. You'll get in this format. Can you observe a double-ended arrow mark over here next to supplier address? One arrow, double-ended arrow mark is over here, no? Click on the double-ended arrow mark. Select the option called as branch location because we want only the branch location column to be merged and we want only the branch location column to be merged and come to the supplier table. And then remove this checkbox like use original column name as prefix. We'll remove this checkbox and we'll give OK. We get the branch location over here. So in the supplier table, I have the supplier details along with the branch location details. Is it clear this part?
How did you choose that left to join? Like specifically how left to join?
You can try it and see, like merge queries as new, you can go over there. Choose the supplier table first, second table as supplier address. If you choose inner join, just try it and see what will happen. Choose a common column between these two tables and then click OK. Merge to will be created. So you'll have the table in this format. Double-headed arrow mark is over here. Click on that arrow mark. Select the branch location and give OK. You'll get exactly whatever the matching rows are there. You will get only that values. Inner join.
It's our wish to take the joins.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mostly it will be left join. I'll tell you the reason why. Because mostly we will be having a main data. Okay, along with it, we'll be adding some what to say, subordinate data or minor value like address data will be there on another table. So I need only the branch location value to be coming to the main table. So main table I'll need the entire value of the main table and some supplier address value I need it onto the main table. So mostly it will be left join because we need all the values from the left table and the common values from the right table. So it will be left join mostly. Okay. Majority of the cases it is left join, but you can use other joins as well based on your requirement. If suppose you are given merge queries as new and you have chosen the supplier address table as a first table and the supplier as a second table, what will you do in this case? You go for right outer join. Because this is our main table. Supplier is a main table. So I need all the columns from the supplier table and the common column from the supplier address table. Then I go for right outer join.
Come again, ma'am. I don't understand.
Supplier table is our main table, no? We need address or the branch location from the supplier address table. So I'll take all the values from this right table. This is the right table. And the common value from the left table, that is the supplier address table.
Oh, okay.
The result will
So
be the same.
once we swipe that table, so we can consider which is left and which is right.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
that will be right outer because I made the supplier table as the main table and all the values of the supplier table needs to be present on my output. So I'm taking the supplier table right outer I'm taking and taking all the values of the supplier table and the common values from the supplier address table. If you give OK over here and select this option, sorry, I made some mistake, I guess. Branch location is over here. No, I made a mistake over here. Ignore this one.
Okay.
All from the second and the matching rows from the first. We'll check this one. This is not working. This is not coming as the right output because I need the branch location over here, but branch location has come over here.
Hmm.
Fine,
Ma'am,
we'll give the supplier name over here. So it will come like this. Whatever is the supplier name, it will come and the branch location will be over here.
Okay.
ma'am, you kept supplier address in that first column, and the second thing you kept supplier, no, ma'am. So the supplier is added to the supplier address, right?
Not added, one more column is added. You remember this first merge that I did, don't confuse. So go
Okay.
to merge queries over here, merge queries as new. Take the supplier as the first table and the supplier address as the second table. Take the common values between the two table. Go for left outer or inner join mostly. I'm taking left outer join over here. Give OK. Double click on this arrow mark, click over here. Select the branch location and uncheck this one. Use original column name as prefix. I don't want it. So uncheck this one and give OK. You'll get the supplier name and the branch location. Okay. This is using left outer. Is it clear now
Yes, ma'am.
for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So this is about append and merge. One more thing I like to tell. So the same thing is there on the PPT, okay? The same points, whichever I showed you is there on the PPT. Suppose you want to append 3 or more tables, what will you do? Append operation. The first thing we did, no? Append. So there you'll add whatever tables you need. You'll click on that table name. Wholesale sales is there. You'll click on add and wholesale sales will come over here. These are the table to append and you'll click OK. Sometimes you will be having financial reports, no? In financial reports, you will be having quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 reports will be there. So in that scenario, you'll go for append. Remember that example. When quarterly reports are there, you want to get the full year report. Then you go for append operation where you will take the quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 reports and then you will append them all and you will see the yearly report. Okay, so that is the append queries. So if you want to append Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, that is quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 reports, then you go for append 3 or more tables option and then you add the tables over here and click OK. So when you merge queries, it will add one more column of data over here. This is merging queries. You'll choose the left table and right table for merge. Left outer or right outer or full outer or inner join, you'll take it and you will give the necessary operation. You'll take it and give OK over here. So left table for merge, right table for merge, you'll take it. Left outer join we have selected over here and we'll give OK. You can merge based on two columns as well. Country ID and state ID is there. You can select country ID, state ID between the two tables and you can select the type of join you want and give OK. So thereby it will merge based on two conditions. So once you get in this format, this double-headed arrow mark is there. There you can choose whatever columns you want. Not only branch location, you can choose whatever columns you want from this list and click OK. Okay. So this is about the merging and the append operation. Anyone having any doubt or after seeing both you're confused? If you have any doubt, stop me. I'll explain again. Shall I close this one? So next thing we'll be seeing is about handling null values. Okay, so this is the data we have: customer, customer region, and their phone number. Here and there, when they made the data entry itself, some values have been missed. Okay, some values have been missed when they have made the data entry itself. So that could be either a null value or it could be either some space have been there or something. There might be some discrepancies in this value. So we need to transform this data and handle this null values when a data is in this format. Okay, so I'll take this data into Power BI. So I need to, there are null values over here and here you can see there are blank values. There is a difference between null value and a blank value. Blank can be either a space value or it can be null means there is no entry over there. Blank means there might be some space or some values might be there in it. So we don't know that. So how do we handle blank and null values we are going to see. So I'll go to transform data over here. So in this, how will we handle this null value in the customer region? So we are going to see that. So I'll create an add column. I'll go there. I'll create a custom column and I'll check with a flag. Like I'll write a query like if customer region equals to null, close this bracket, then flag 1, else flag as 0 I'm giving. So I'm checking if it is a null value or not. I'm checking. So give OK over here. So 1 and 1 will appear over here. Whenever there is a null value, we get a flag as 1. Okay, here we have null value. It is showing over here like this. Okay. But I need to handle the blank value as well. So how will I do that? So I'll right click over here. I'll go to replace values. So let it be blank over here and I'll replace it with null. Let me try this and see. Suppose if there is some blank value, like nothing is there, not even a space or anything, nothing is there over here. I have left it blank and replace it with null I'm giving. So let me try this and see. There's no change happening on this data. So this is not the right procedure. I'm removing this one. So there might be space on this data. There might be space on it. So right click on this customer region, go to transform. There is an option called as trim. So here you can trim the data or trim the spaces that is there in this data. So I'm going to click on this trim option. So trimmed text have been trimmed. Now I'll go and replace values. Replace value. Wherever there is a blank, replace it with null. Okay. If I give OK, now it is replaced. After I trim the space value, now it has become like null. Do you understand this one or should I repeat here?
Should please repeat, ma'am.
Okay. See, this is the table we have. Okay, now I want to check if null value is there or not in this customer region. So I'm creating a custom column and I'm writing like if customer region e- equal to null, then 1, else 0. Check if no syntax have been directed. The tick mark is there. Check this one. If it is okay, then give okay. A new column will be created with a flag as 1 and 1 for wherever the null value is there. Okay. Now, next step, what I'm doing is that I need to handle the blank values over here. So how will I handle blank values? I'm creating replace values. Blank, I'm not giving anything over here. I'm leaving it as blank. Replace it with null I'm giving over here. So when I give, no changes happened, which means that there is some space or something over here on the customer region. On this values, they might have left some space on the keyboard. Is there no? That space value, they might have given it over here. That's why we are not getting the replace value as null. Okay. So right click on this, select replace values. Sorry, select transform and select as trim. Thereby the spaces will be trimmed over here. Now you drag this replace value down and select this one. It will become null. Now this added custom column, this custom column we have added, no? I'm dragging this custom column down. Click on this, it will become 1 and 1 over here.
Ma'am, why you added custom column?
To get a flag like if it is a null value or not. Here we are able to see as null. Suppose if you are not able to see anything over here, how will I check if it is null or not? So I added a custom column to get a flag of that value. Okay. So we have one over here.
Null
Yeah.
is simple. No value or nothing would be there.
Yeah, null is no value.
Ma'am, what is the use of flag creating here, ma'am?
So we can check if it is a null or a blank value. If we can check it, no, like null value is there or not. Here we are able to see. Suppose we are not able to see if it is null or not, then we are writing a flag over here and we are checking if it is a null value or blank value, or has a blank value been changed to null value. We are able to compare it and see. That is why we are having this flag. Suppose if it is a huge data, no, then it is very difficult for us to analyze. That is why we are just putting a flag over here.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Now, next thing I want to do is that I want to check if the letter O has been there on this customer region. Like South has a letter O on it, North has letter O on it, West does not have O on it. So how do I write that custom column? We'll see. I'll create one more custom column called as category. So I'll write it as if the text dot contains customer region, comma, the letter O on it, then we'll mention it as category 1. Else we'll name it as others category. Okay. If the text dot contains customer region O on it, then category 1, else others, no syntax error has been detected, we'll give OK. So we get category 1, error, error, category 1, error, category 1, others. What do you observe from this output? Wherever O
For,
is there, it is coming under category 1.
for null, it is showing error.
Null, it is showing error. And where O is not there, it is coming into others category.
Others category.
Yeah. Now I want to handle this null as well and get an output. Okay. So I'm creating another custom column. I'm naming it as category 1. I'm checking if the customer region we'll put into others here. I'm
No,
pasting
Girish.
the query which I wrote before. Text contains the letter O on it, then category 1, else others. We'll write this inside a bracket, this part.
We need to give this code only, right, ma'am?
Yes, custom column, I'm creating it. If it is null, then others, else if
Religion is null than others. Else, if text contains customer religion is 0, then character 1, else others. Oh, so in the formula.
I'm getting some error. Wait a minute. I've wrote if twice, I guess.
2 times.
No, we can use null if
Wait.
usage.
I'll write it better than pasting over here. I'll write it. The text dot contains customer region with the letter O on it. Close the bracket. Then put it as category 1.
Character 1,
Else
others.
others. Okay. Now no syntax error has been detected. We'll give OK and try this. Now this error has been handled with that of others category. Okay. So whenever some null value is there and you're trying for some output with those values, you'll get error. So you need to handle that error value by writing a query like this. Like if the text, if the customer region is null, then we'll put it into others category. And then we'll be doing with our condition, whatever condition is there, like if it contains the letter O on it, then we'll put it into category 1. Okay. So this is some example for handling the null values. So I'll write the code over here on this chat so that you can all see it. If the customer region,
Ma'am,
yes,
ma'am,
tell
ma'am,
me.
we can see that condition where to click the condition to see, because column
Custom
is added.
column.
Yeah,
No,
custom
you
column is
can't
added, but we return the condition where to click to see the condition,
function.
because we use that
In the up,
if
wait,
condition.
it's here, it's here. You click on the category 1 on the function, you will get this, but you can't get the exact query that we have written. That's why I'm sending it once again. It should be else others. Don't copy paste this. Try to read this and write it on your own. Okay. So this is one example for handling the null values. We'll have the attendance. Tejaswini, Sanjay, Dilip, Arivamati, all are absent. Anusha, Yalni,
Yes, ma'am.
Kavinaya,
Yes, ma'am.
Rahul, Sanjay.
Yes, ma'am.
You're present yesterday, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Suganya,
Present, ma'am.
Avdeappan, Shushant, Vidya, Gopu,
Present.
Suganti,
Present, ma'am.
Pavitra,
We are present.
Bushra,
Present, ma'am.
Spurti, Durga Devi,
Yes, ma'am.
Vardhini,
Yes, ma'am.
Nitin, Sabita, Sambhavi, Ritvik,
Present, ma'am.
Agilan, Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Hari, Mansa,
சரி நீ படிச்சுட்டே இரு, இப்ப
Present,
வரேன்.
ma'am.
இன்னொரு 5 நிமிஷத்துல முடிஞ்சிடும்.
Pramod,
அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்துட்டு தான் வருவேன்.
Pramod, Shushmita,
Present, ma'am.
Yes.
Mansa, present, ma'am.
Yes. Present.
answer present. Okay.
Avadippan present, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Pramod also present.
Who is Pramod?
Yeah. Pramod. Present, ma'am.
Find your name. Yeah, Pramod is present. I am okay. Ashwati,
Present, ma'am.
Edwin,
Present, ma'am. I was
Ashmita,
present by yesterday as well.
Ashmita, Piryanayaki,
Yes, ma'am.
Venkatesh,
Present, ma'am.
Ranjit,
Yes.
Govardhani,
Yes, ma'am.
Rupa,
Present.
Divya,
Present.
Tarunaraj,
Yeah, present.
Nagendran, Vaurya, Ma- Manisa, Benita,
Present, ma'am.
Abhinadas, Unmati,
Present, ma'am.
Jasir Ahmed,
Present, ma'am.
Aarti,
Present, ma'am.
Yamini, Pavitra, Girish, Lavanya,
Present, ma'am.
Rasita,
Present.
Ayodhyanath Mishra, Ajodhyanath Mishra, Sindhu Sai, Sandhya, Nancy,
Present.
Kavana, Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
Raghu, Shankar, Ashwati, okay. Yamini is present. Yeah, I'll send the data for practice. If you have any doubts, you can ping me on the group chat. You can just send a message. I'll send the data and I'll send the PPT as well. You can work on it today, and with this, we'll be completing the data transformation. Tomorrow, we'll be starting with data modeling. Okay. Any doubt for anyone?
Share the data,
Okay.
ma'am. We will work on that.
Okay. 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 Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll see tomorrow. Okay.